We have talked a lot about crisis. We know that 9/11 was a crisis, a tragedy, and so has been the global pandemic. MLFA is no different to a lot of grassroots and nonprofit organizations, and actually, after the global pandemic, businesses have all of us have been affected by COVID. We have lost loved ones. We have seen people fall ill, and things have changed not only for us here in the United States, but also through the world. We believe at MLFA, as I stated earlier, ours is not a caravan of despair, and it is our opportunity to take these challenges and move into transformation. And that is what we have done. And I hope today was an example of how that transformation is coming together. So what do we do? I'm going to go back quickly to our vision because we started off with talking about belonging and othering. As I joined MLFA at middle of 2018, we actually took a step back as an organization and we started to examine what have we been doing for the past 18 years, what has been working, what has not been working. And we took that opportunity as an organization to redefine our mission and our vision and look at our values. And so the vision of MLFA is actually an America where constitutional rights and liberties are upheld equally for all, regardless of ethnicity, religion, and cultural heritage. And today you saw the opening of this vision come to life, where we want to hear from everyone, and we no longer want to be afraid, and we no longer want to only be in the mosques. The mosques will always be an important part of who we are and where we're taking this organization. And I want to work with all of you. We want to work with all of you in the United States and around the globe to effectively make this change. I stated earlier that our mission is to advance equality and justice for American Muslim organizations and individuals by combating injustices done in the name of national security law. That is the lane we have chosen. As we did our analysis, as we spoke to our stakeholders, as we looked around to see what was happening, we recognized that we had become specialists in the national security space. We have invested millions and millions of dollars, as I stated earlier, and we want to continue to specialize and really take our mission forward to impact and to change. So what do? We provide pro bono and low bono legal representation in targeted federal, civil, and criminal proceedings. We provide individualized compliance to advance nonprofit organizations, which I'll address in just a few. And we provide education, legal with our partnerships, with our communities, so that we are protecting and educating our community as we are defending and also moving the narrative. Our strategic priorities for 2021 and 2023 are to strengthen and protect the Muslim nonprofit community, to prevent unwarranted indictment of American Muslim individuals and organizations, and to increase reach and affect impact litigation. In my own personal words, we are here to protect, we are here to defend, and we are here to educate and assess and continue to make relevant changes and relevant strides towards our collective vision for all of us. How do we do that? Today was a great example of thought leadership, and that's kind of central to our slide. We recognized as we were fighting our cases, we started off as a grassroots case funding organization. In 2014, we launched our boutique law firm, the Constitutional Law Center for Muslims in America, CLCMA. And with that, we started our defense litigation arm. In 2021, we launched a partnership with the Lilly School of Philanthropy and the Muslim Philanthropy Initiative and have developed something called the Ihsan Standard, which you will be hearing a lot about. This is our way of giving back and bringing best practice for nonprofits across our nation so that we can move to our own standard and not be reactive to the standards that are put upon us. You will hear a lot more. Our website, God willing, inshallah, will become a place of knowledge and a knowledge hub for all of you to interact on these important matters. I'd like to have our speakers presented, articles, and I want you to see what's happening in the space of national security. So why is it important? When COVID hit, all of us had to reevaluate and question, should we exist? Are we essential? Do these missions move forward? Do we, close doors and we focus somewhere else? But as I talked to many community leaders and our stakeholders, as stated, everyone kept reinforcing the Muslim Legal Fund of America must exist. The Muslim Legal Fund of America has a very important mandate, and we cannot lose sight or focus on what we need to do. We've talked today a lot about what 20 years has done since 9/11. A lot of Muslims like myself were operating in fear. I started off my opening with my own experiences, but those are just a few of what my brothers and sisters and our community has faced individually and collectively. So we know that as a community, we need to move ourselves from survival to thriving. And that is our mandate. We have remained steadfast as an organization. We have overcome our challenges, and we continue to respond with all of you and all of these voices together. And I'll end by just thanking all of you. You know, our ultimate goal with your partnership is to safeguard our communities, to build legal power for American Muslims, to give power back to the powerless, and to strengthen and empower American Muslim organizations.
I would like to take a few moments to thank our interim CEO, Arshia Ali Khan. She has stepped into the role, uh, wearing multiple hats, leading the organization in this critical transition period. But also, I'd like to really thank my board, our board of directors, Muwaffaq Nahas and Jamal Sulaiman, who also have dedicated time and effort. We are weekly engaged in this conversation. And I would like to thank all the staff and the support that have made this symposium possible. Again, as a nonprofit, I would be remiss of not actually encouraging people. If you felt that MLFA is an organization that is deserving of your support, don't hold yourself back. We're always are welcoming individuals to support and contribute to this effort. We are totally dependent on your support, and the community has stepped all the way back from our first cases, which is from the Holy Land Foundation case that brought MLFA into fruition and into the work to the current period. We are dependent on your contribution, your support. We did listen to your comments and your feedback. We are looking at how we could serve the community. And in the initiatives that Arshia have highlighted to us in terms of strengthening and protecting the Muslim community, impact litigation, and also thought leadership. What I would like to say and what I would like to invite you is that we want you to partner with us. And in here, the invitation is not only to Muslim community, but to all communities that are impacted. I come from a long legacy and history of working with communities of color, the Black community, the Latino community, the Central American Solidarity Movement, the anti-apartheid movement, even work on American with Disabilities Act. And I do think that the time and the opportunity for us to build a new civil and human rights coalition that pushes back on the egregious violations that have been undertaken by the government under the rubric of the war on terror, which has become a terror war directed at Muslim communities, first and foremost, but also communities of color in general.